I'm Rosa Mendez, and I'm here at the #1 Long Island broadcast, Monte and Pharaoh. I had the best time ever!
Hey, listen, Daddy, you're listening to the #1 broadcast, Monte and Pharaoh, Daddy, in Long Island. The best pro wrestling broadcast of all time, I think.
Jimmy, I got to tell you, man, it feels good to be back on YouTube. It was quite disappointing what happened to us, but we bounced back fairly quickly.
Well, what else would we do? We're almost at 5,000 subscribers.
Well, speaking of that, man, we need more members.
Okay.
What do you think we need to do to get the people of those 5,000 subscribers to come on and join the team as a Monte and the Pharaoh member?
Nudity is out of the question. Any other ideas?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I do have a few ideas.
Well, just like Prel, they should tell 2 friends, and they could tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Check out all our content.
But that's, you know what? That's why you're the star of the show, because guess what? Members get special content. Even we spoke about it. Pharaoh came to me one day and he goes, man, what's the deal? I can't even watch some of these videos because I'm not a member. And I said, there you go, Pharaoh. You got to be a member because this is what the members get. They get free content that none of the other fans that watch this show get.
That's right.
You get free autographs from some of these wonderful stars that come in, right?
Nice.
All you do is you go to the MNP webpage, or our own page, and shoot us an email and say, hey, man, I want a picture of Tommy Rich. I want a picture of whatever. And boy, that's on its way.
We give them their choice.
That's right.
We rock.
We do rock.
And you need to rock, too. Join.
All right. Welcome to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte the Pharaoh. Only seen here out of Indie Music TV, straight out of Ronkonkoma, Long Island, where we present the show called Monte the Pharaoh Presents Do Not Cry Because It's Over. Smile Because It Happened.
Wow. Power of positivity.
Look at that.
I'm positive
Positive stuff.
Yeah.
Little roll call before we start the show.
Roll call!
John in the house. The first lady in the house. RJ.
What up?
Stiggers.
What up?
J. Will.
What
Big
up?
Phil.
Hey.
We got ESO in the house who will be here in studio tomorrow. I'm excited.
Bruce.
The great Benny Scala from Dan and Benny in
What's
the Ring,
up,
who were
Benny?
fantastic guests last
What
week.
is up?
And I consider, and you consider, a very good friend.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to call myself a fan of the Dan and Benny show.
Even me.
Dan and Benny, who charted, I believe, number 10 last week in audio. Not bad, right?
You're welcome. I had to.
You had to.
I had to.
You had to.
Oh, they rock. They deserve it, though. Good.
Yeah, good for
Good
them.
deal.
But
Good
you're
deal.
welcome.
You are welcome.
There you go.
Absolutely. Woo.
Jason, good to see you.
So
Who
bad.
else do I have? Share Bear! Loving Share Bear. Why do you wish Share Bear kisses?
The Share Bear deserves a kiss. So she got one.
She's a good looking lady.
Well, we know that.
I know.
Yeah.
A little bit jealous. A little
Good.
jealous that
Works for me.
Jimmy has a relationship with the Share Bear.
There you go.
What? That's not. It doesn't hurt your feelings. I'm saying that, does it?
I don't have any feelings. What are you talking about?
You're not jealous that I'm saying she's pretty, though, right?
You're not going to flap your meat out on the counter, are you?
No, I am not.
Okay, then I'm good.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Just relax. Hang in there.
Big news before we make some announcements. 1 year ago today,
Today.
I'm going to call it today,
Okay.
Spidey became the official producer of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Spidey.
Spider-Man.
A great year. A lot of laughs, a lot of lessons.
Lessons.
Lessons from the Pharaoh.
Lessons from the Pharaoh.
Pharaoh?
B40 in the house. B40, how are you?
What? What do you mean lessons from the Pharaoh? Like what not to do in life?
Just life, growing up. I feel like I've changed the past year.
You know, I really didn't realize all those times I'm
All right,
talking your ear off, you're taking notes.
I
Well
do
done,
have a question
Spidey.
for you, Spidey, but I just want to answer
Yes.
one thing. I think Jay, who is asking it, hold on. Jay Will says, what's going on with Mr. Tony Atlas these days? Tony was supposed to be in tomorrow with us.
Okay.
We're going to interview him with Tommy Rich.
That would have been nice.
But, again, much love towards Monte and the Pharaoh, the promoter of 80s Wrestling Con.
Douchebag!
Loves us so much that he made sure that he booked Tony on a Friday also.
of course.
Just to make sure that he could not make an appearance.
Right. He's like Belichick, like, getting the draft, screwing the Jets.
But you know what? As long as Tony's making cash,
right.
I'm perfectly
No,
fine
that's
with
cool.
it.
Good for Tony. As for the other guy, douchebag.
That was some douchey.
That's some very
So,
douchey.
in your illustrious 1 year here, Spidey,
Yes.
what was your favorite moment of producing the Monte and the Pharaoh show?
Favorite moment?
I'm hitting you with a out of the blue question.
Better not be me getting choked out and falling on the floor unconscious.
That was a good one. That was iconic.
That was a good one. You hear this guy?
That was a great one.
The most iconic / fun moment was when I was sitting here producing with with Maven, and you see the guy sleeping.
The sleepy guy! And on that note...
Wow, man, you are getting good.
Segue.
On that note, the new T-shirt has arrived.
I can't believe
Sleepy Guy T-shirt.
I can't believe we did this.
The Sleepy Guy T-shirt could be found on the
cannot
Monte and the
believe
Pharaoh
we've done
webpage,
this. This is-
www. Which my wife hates me doing.
Why does she hate-
www.monteandthepharaoh.com.
What is
Go
behind
to our many apparel goods and pick up your Sleepy Guy T-shirt. Phil's got a Sleepy Guy T-shirt that'll be going out in the mail shortly. Phil,
Could you imagine you go to a wrestling event and, everybody's got like a Jericho shirt, a Hogan shirt. This guy walks by with the sleepy guy. I would be so
Yes.
confused.
The sleepy
I'd
guy.
be like, what's the story with the sleepy guy? Well, there's this show. I mean, what the fuck?
Maria Davis, the First Lady, says, Jared, happy first year anniversary,
There we
Spidey.
go. There we go.
Thank you, Maria.
Phil says, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes, he is.
Benny says,
I knew he was a-
positive speaking.
I knew he was
thinking,
a hero.
Sorry.
I knew he was a hero.
John says,
right from
go
the beginning.
Spidey. People love Spidey.
They should. The way he swooped in here and got that other clown off the board.
You
that
know,
was
real
fantastic.
quick, tell people how Spidey got his name.
Well, once upon a time, there was a guy who thought he was a producer who got excited that he could turn on the computer. I turned it on. We were like, oh, fuck. We're fucked. So we were watching this guy.
This is a true story,
This
by the
is
way.
a true story. We were watching this guy. Whether he had good intentions is besides the point. But, I mean, this guy was just butchering the board. And this kid walked in, and I remember because Mike was so distracted because anger does that to somebody.
It does, yeah.
Mike is sitting over here. You could cook an egg on his
When
head.
I get quiet, I'm
Oh,
mad.
he was pissed, and he's looking over at this absolute mess that's sitting there at the desk, and I see this kid walk in, and my gut,
Right, yeah.
never lies, man,
Right.
never.
It's true.
So this kid walks in, and I'm like,
But hold on. But
Yeah.
so you realize that Spidey
Right
could
away.
be a hero.
Yeah, right
Just
away.
before you name him Spidey.
Yeah.
And Pharaoh says to me, we should let the kid get on the board.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look,
Right away.
I remember what I said. I
Right.
said, I don't want it to get worse than it's already have because I don't think I can take it. And you're like, no, dude, I think he's going to. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I am afraid that it's going
Right.
to get worse. Go
and
ahead.
I already knew that there is no worse than going to get currently. I was like, holy shit, the guy's celebrating turning on a computer. I have a better chance. Okay? So Spidey comes walking in, and I just felt the aura because I'm an empath, and I knew right away, I'm like, this kid knows what he's doing. I could feel his processing.
Right.
Because I'm weird like that.
Right.
I was like, this kid knows what he's doing.
Right.
I'm like, I think you should let the kid, and you were just like, I think I should impale that asshole behind the board right now. And I was like, Mike, calm down. But I knew right away. So to me, he swooped in like Spider-Man, voop, voop, and saved the day. So I started calling him Spidey. And everything
and
else
Phil says Jimmy's Spidey senses were tingling.
oh, shit. Well done, Phil. I didn't realize
Well,
that,
I got to tell you.
He's right.
It was probably the best because this guy is a great
Oh,
producer.
he's great. And you know what? He comes out in the snow. He's not a pussy.
No, it's not.
remember that
ruin
shit?
Doesn't ruin
Yeah.
Barry.
Oh, what's the matter? Somebody flew in from California or in Florida? Oh, I can't come out. There's snow on the ground. What did
So
you guys...
If anyone forgets, we were supposed to have
Oh,
Barry Windham
please.
in the new studio. We had Barry Windham in the old studio, which, if anyone doesn't know, Barry Windham's in my top 10 favorite wrestlers.
Absolutely.
And he gave us a great interview. The only problem is that old studio... They
can't believe
could
you
never
called it
hear if someone could hear. So, Barry is very hard to hear in that interview, which
Right.
just really pisses me off.
Of course.
So Barry's supposed to come back in, and what we were going to do also is have Wisteria Hall come in.
We were going to do the West Texas Rednecks. We
Yes,
were going to do
with Barry
rap
Windham.
his crap with Barry
Rap his
Windham.
crap. And
the day before, a
it's
bunch
snowing.
of 50-year-olds are out.
Well, hold on.
Getting ready for
snowing
that's
really
important.
bad.
That's
I call the
important.
producer. I'm like, if you can't make it, just tell me.
It's-
so I could tell them. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. This went on all day.
Can I please
no, I'm
hammer
fine.
it home?
Go
No,
ahead.
it's important to note that there were 3, you, me, Bartman out in Nassau. We're all the day before shoveling, getting all the snow out of the way so the following morning we can do Rap is Crap with Barry Windham.
Right.
And this 20-something-year-old was like, oh, there's a couple of flakes on my windshield.
Well, I don't want to say it that bad. It was really bad that day. But to be fair, you could have told me that
You had-
24 hours
My
ago.
point is that you had a whole 24 hours to be able to get out of your driveway by shoveling!
And by the way, the show was at 11. I'm
boy.
getting
We
ready
waited
to
a
go.
long time to let
it's
this out,
10
by the way.
a.m.
Yeah.
And he calls
Right.
me. I'm not going to make
Right.
it.
Oh, boy, were you happy.
Oof, man.
I had to hide my cats.
Hence why.
You were not happy.
Hence why
Yeah.
we ended up with the guy that Spidey
Right.
replaced because
You kind of
it was a really bad
to the snowbird.
time.
Yeah,
it was a
you
really
kinda
bad
laced into
time.
this.
This
Next
old
thing you
man
know-
might have.
Next thing you know,
taken
well,
care
you know
of
what
that
though? In the end, it's a great thing. Unfortunately,
In the end, yeah.
because we got Spidey.
Absolutely.
That's
So let's
right.
talk about tomorrow. Big day.
All right.
5:30. Marty Jannetty in the house.
We're off.
Marty will be on the couch, right? We'll. So
You
guys,
mean he won't be under the table?
He won't be under the table.
Oh,
I spoke
wow.
to Marty yesterday.
All
He's looking good. He's feeling good. Marty will be on the couch, and we'll be interviewing Marty from about 5 to 5:30.
Right.
And then we've got people set up to do Ask Marty Anything. So then we'll go to
Okay.
commercial break. Marty will sit here at the table between us.
Okay.
The guest will be on there to ask the question. So,
Very
like,
nice.
I know we have Maria Davis is
Very
signed
nice,
up.
very nice.
And I think 2 other people are signed up.
Did Phil sign up? I want to hear from Phil.
I don't think Phil signed up. No.
Okay.
Benny Scala signed up.
Very cool. Very
and
cool.
there's somebody else. So, at that point, we're going to let that person. Marty could wear the headset,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they'll ask the question and have fun with Marty, guys. This is what we want to do.
Okay. Sounds awesome.
Matthew Holland wants to know if we'll talk about Uncle Dan. Yes, of course we'll talk about Uncle Dan. Tomorrow's going to be pretty hard hitting. The interviews are going to be hard because, right after that, Val Venus is in here with Eugene.
Right.
Unsure if I'm going to have Marty interview them with us. I might.
Okay.
But Val especially has a lot to say, and we got a lot to say to Val.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see if Marty's going to say.
Hello, Jesus.
Right. Exactly.
Gotcha.
And I
Okay.
don't know if we want to. I don't know if we want to funny it up, right? Because Marty always funnies things up.
Yeah,
and
he
this,
does.
This might,
Yeah,
might
I
be a
got
little
you.
more,
I
a little
got you.
more passionate.
Let Marty have a few beers and some of the food in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds good. Eugene? I love
Phil says
Eugene.
he'll try to work with on his phone. Okay, so Phil, just do me a favor, write me, and I'll put you on the schedule. And if you can't make it, it's all good. Not a
I'd
big
like to
deal.
see Phil and wave hello.
Absolutely.
What's up, Phil?
But
Absolutely.
Then we've got Manny Fernandez, which is
I just-
really
I
exciting.
am so psyched about that.
I am too.
I really am. And then my boy, Tommy Rich.
And Tommy Rich.
I
in the
love
house.
Tommy.
And
Never
then
get tired of
we finish
Tommy.
up with Tommy Rich, and then
Yeah.
then that Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
is the return of your friend
And yours.
and mine,
Mm-hmm.
Big Ron Shaw.
Yeah.
So we'll try
We're
to settle our.
punks.
We're
We're
going to
punks.
try to settle our differences that Thursday,
Yeah, I ain't trying to sell
and then
nothing.
the
Not at
following
this point.
Thursday. It's not
Right.
official, so I'm not going to name it. But we've got a very big guest the following Thursday. I go, guys. Sometimes things don't work out for us because a lot of people hate us and they go out of their way to try to screw us over.
Yeah, sometimes
So-
we get a good name and somebody calls them and is like, yeah, those guys are jerks. Don't do it. I
Right.
won't send you any matzah for Hanukkah.
But then people learn
Yeah.
if they're willing to accept some love from the boys, Monte and Pharaoh,
Right.
they may end up charting at number 10,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or you might have a Bruno Sammartino book out there
Yeah.
that hasn't gotten a lot of play,
Yeah.
but about a month ago you showed up on Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, and all of a sudden
Such a
your
pattern.
book started selling again.
Seeing a pattern here.
It is a little bit of a pattern.
All right. Well, that's
Right?
good. Yeah, it's
So
a
anyway,
good
we
pattern.
got that special
Good pattern.
guest, and then that following Saturday, we've got Teal Piper in here.
That's awesome. Very, very, very cool.
Dude, very cool, right?
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
I'm
cool.
totally into that.
Yep.
Jay Will says special guest the Mulkey Brothers. Jay, you might be hitting it on the head.
Really?
It could be.
Hmm.
I'm not going to tell.
Interesting.
When it's official, I'll post it.
Have you been calling Aaron Rodgers like I asked you to?
I will not call Aaron Rodgers.
Why not?
Because
I want Aaron on the show.
I went to the Garden
I
to
want
stop
Aaron
the
on the
Pharaoh.
show. Aaron Rodgers has nothing to do with your imaginary Rangers jinx. Get out of here. How they doing now? You just played golf with the Rangers yesterday in Comac, didn't you?
Hey, look.
And the Bruins. Sorry, Phil, I had to. But we were both bragging, Phil. You and me both. Look where it got us.
Oh, hold on. You know what? Yeah. I got to keep it going. I got to send.
Is that
Jared,
Aaron Rodgers?
No, I got to send Jared a picture.
You got to send Jared a picture?
Yeah, but so go ahead.
What
Keep talking.
the fuck? Keep talking while you send Jared Spidey, what the hell? Now I got to just babble? Okay, let's babble. What is this about Sims? Oh, that's the next subject. I don't know if I can handle.
I'm not asking you to babble that.
I don't want to babble that.
Right,
I can't babble anything.
I'm sending it.
What'd you send?
I just sent it to Jared.
Nudie?
So anyway, I'm on the phone with Marty. I'm on the phone with Marty yesterday,
hell?
and Marty and me, we were talking about stuff, and he's being brought in by Sims, and
wow,
we were kind of like Marty was kind of shredding Sims up a little bit.
Was he?
Oh yeah, he was.
What was he saying?
He says he works with a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And he's never met somebody that's so self-absorbed and that Sims thinks that he's a like a karate expert.
Oh boy.
And
okay.
So, again, we have a relationship with Sims. I like Sims, but
you have a relationship with
This
Sims.
is true.
You
and Sims really don't get along well.
I get along with Eric fine. All I expect is a hello and a handshake when all this money has been trans all this time, all this business. I don't think I'm asking for much.
Right. No, I hear you.
I really don't.
But I will tell you this. So no one loves themselves more than Sims.
Yeah.
So I'm on at work today, and I'm just going, I'm taking a break, and I'm looking through Facebook or whatever else. And there's Sims. This is what he posts.
What the fuck is
this? This is what he posts, all right? It's like
look at
I've never
look at that puss.
It's
first of all,
I've never. Let me first of all.
What
woman would have sex with that?
What man would have sex with that?
What animal would have sex with that?
Not even a rock would be moved.
Sims buys videos on Pornhub, and they cancel a subscription the minute they see his face.
He crashes Xvideo's website just by looking at it.
Oh my god!
What?
Dude, I look. So Marty
what is going on
Marty
here?
was talking about how much
God.
he loves his fans.
Yeah,
and he does.
Yeah, he does.
And,
yeah, sure he does.
But he wants to be paid properly.
What's he
and
doing
he
with
says
Sims?
Every promoter pays him okay until Sims. He says Sims' pay would be good if it was 2 events, right?
Oh no!
But he says it's 6 events always.
Right. And he's there 3 hours before he's supposed to be there.
I'm thinking, Jimmy, we might, even though Dan has passed away, I think we do owe him an apology because we used to talk about him taking advantage of the wrestlers. And then I started thinking to myself, like, well, we got to do business with probably the worst guy that takes advantage of the wrestlers that we love.
Shit. This guy's coming in, too.
Phil says, by the way, that's a poster for birth control. B40 says, that face has never pleased a woman. Damn straight. B40, I'm going to tell you something. When that face goes down to eat some vag, the vag clams up. It's like, please leave the vicinity.
Talk about sealant.
Gorilla glue.
Fucking adhesive.
Oh, my God. Do you think Sims has ever again, one of the best clips anyone could go out there is watch where Sims brings the Iron Sheik to meet the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
And the Ultimate Warrior totally disses the Sheik. Like, embarrass the Sheik.
Great.
And again, everybody knows you guys are better wrestling fans than I am, but the fact of the matter, the older veterans want to be respected. Mm-hmm. And the Warrior was a bit of a dick, I assume. Okay. Right?
Okay.
So Sims was, Sheik was so mad, he slapped the shit out of Sims on this video. It slaps him right across the fucking face.
Did he get Bill's palsy?
I guess not. I'm not sure.
But nasted it to him, not the Sheik.
Just the Sheik.
Interesting.
And then there's the video of Sonny saying that Sims all of a sudden decided he was going to become a masseuse.
Right.
And he said, "Oh, Sonny, let me massage you." And I guess Sonny was stupid enough. Sonny's not good with judgment, I'm assuming.
Right.
And she said, as he's massaging him, the only thing that Sims kept talking about was trying to lick her feet.
Luna
Sims denies.
Luna Vachon dug him, too.
Luna Vachon beat the shit out of him.
He's very popular.
Now, again, Sims is a friend of ours, but this is...
He's a friend of yours.
Dan Murad, if you can hear us in heaven, we apologize because now we realize the error of our ways. You're not nearly as bad
close.
as an Eric Sims. You're not even close.
Not even close, man.
Maybe with Tony you were. I don't know, but not with Marty and the rest of them. Because you paid Marty, from what I understand, a decent amount of money. But the thing is, Marty didn't have to leave Dan's studio.
Right.
Now it was about
Tony had a lot of driving.
I mean, Phil, you're well aware, right? I'm pretty sure you picked up because he used to call you who's Eric Clapton, right? So I remember him when we first started this, and I think Phil was called Eric Clapton, and I think Phil picked up Marty, right? So Phil, confirm or deny? I think Marty used to shoot about 6 hours in there, 6 or 7 hours, and I think it was like they paid him about $1,000. I'm not sure.
I remember Phil saying he was there when they had the meltdown. Phil was at the studio that day, I believe.
Oh, look.
What?
Phil says, just kidding, Mrs. Sims, you're a handsome individual. Phil, you're lying.
Phil,
you're
don't
lying.
play Switzerland on this one.
Yeah.
Look at that mug again. Jared, put that mug up. Put that mug up again. Oh, yeah, he's hot. Right, Phil?
Countries have gone to war over a face like that. Folded. Yeah. Imagine if that was our president.
Remember the stock market crash in 1929? That's what shot up on the screen.
Imagine if this was your president.
Yeah. That's my president? Of what? Bagel Boss?
Could you imagine if your country was represented by that face?
Hi! Cash or check? I didn't mean for you, for me! Get the fuck out of here. Fucking nation overthrown.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. If I had a face like that, and look, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I'll tell you this.
Well, apparently, after looking at that picture, you're not the worst.
But I would tell you this: would you bring attention to yourself? Like, look at my face,
dude. I'd bring a tent and hide in it.
Really?
Attention.
Look at this face. Please, everybody, look at me. Oh, my God.
Boy, that's rough.
That is rough. Perv of the Month Club. Phil says Perv of the Month Club. What? Matthew says Iron Cheeky likes Betty White. Okay. Nothing. Right. Matthew Holland. Wow.
Nothing like a comment from Pluto. I always appreciate those.
R.J. Hudson said he just killed himself. Get it off. That's too ugly. It needs a mask. Get it off!
Get it off! Make it stop! People are writing in. Make it stop!
Wow, you know what? I think we could save the world right now.
How's that?
If you break the law, you don't go to jail.
Right.
You have to sit in a room and look at that face for 48 hours
Fuck
straight.
that. Free Ukraine. Send that thing over to Russia.
Free Ukraine?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
got a whole country
God.
in chains thanks to this shit. Send them over.
All right. Is that video ready?
No.
Well, it's a half-hour video.
Holy
it takes 6
shit.
hours to
How
load.
much longer?
Don't even bother, Jared. Jesus Christ. Just.
Now it's a 16 minutes.
Hey, dude, just get a snippet from
Anyway,
God's
look,
sakes.
here, look. So anyway, you can put up a picture. So I'm watching a
put up a
video today.
picture.
I think everybody's aware, right? But
I'm not.
There's a body cam they've released of this girl laughing and playing dumb minutes after killing 2 people in a DUI crash.
What?
Jared's trying to get the video going, but it's I was going to show
Is that
it, but
the
we'll go
person?
past it.
We're looking
That's
at the
the person
right there?
So the body cam footage showed Stephanie Melgoza grinning and playing dumb with authorities.
Playing dumb.
Melgoza failed all field sobriety tests conducted by responding officers.
Okay.
Melgoza, well, I don't want to tell you what she was sentenced to, but here's the deal. In the video, Melgoza's sitting there, and the police officer is, he's like, he's talking to her, and she's like, when am I getting my car back? And he's like, you got in an accident. You killed 2 people. She goes, yeah, okay. But when am I getting my car back? And he's like, okay, you're not getting your car back. Oh, here we go. Play this video. Put your headset on. You can listen to it, Jimmy, real quick.
All right.
We'll listen to it with everybody else. And then you make your decisions.
Fire
on
away,
Stephanie
Spidey.
Melgoza.
Let's hear
Go,
what this
Spidey.
idiot had to say.
Make sure that you don't handshake.
The fuck is she doing? Singing to herself? What is she, shit-faced?
You want me to be honest with you? You're going to jail, you don't have a bond, you killed 2 people tonight. I don't think you understand that. You do not have a bond, you are not getting out of jail. Your car is property of East Peoria Police Department because it's a crime scene. It killed 2 people tonight. You are clueless with that, clearly. I've already explained this to you. You're going to jail for reckless homicide tonight. You're going to jail for aggravated DUI for killing 2 people. That's what's going on. So no, you're not going to school tomorrow. You're not getting your car out of impound.
Can I have a Tuesday leave for my night class?
Did you just hear what I just told you?
You said I'm not going tomorrow. I'm talking about Tuesday.
Did you hear when I said that
I'm going to jail tomorrow.
You're going to jail when we're done here?
Yes.
Did you understand what I told that you killed 2 people tonight?
Yes. I'm just wondering when I can go to school.
Okay, we're done.
Jared, I seen enough. We're good.
All right, so you get the point? Thoughts, Jimmy Pharaoh?
What a motherfucking piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. No, you're not going to go to school on Tuesday. What was the sentence, please, for this asshole?
The reason that video's out now, I guess they released it because I guess she got sentenced. She received 14 years in prison.
That's it. 2 people are dead forever, and she gets 14. And you see, she could clearly not give a fuck.
Right.
She gets 14 years. She should have been given life. Life, the end, and be forced to be locked in a cell with a picture of Eric Sims.
Before he says typical millennial.
That's fucking disgusting. How old was she? Do you have an age here?
Was she 23 or something like that? 20?
Very nice.
I don't know.
Yeah. What's going on Tuesday? You told me about Monday. Wow. What a fucking moron. Who makes these pieces of crap?
It just gets worse and worse.
It's just
and
garbage.
Worse. It's like,
but where's the justice? They're dead. This could have been our relatives. This could have been somebody you love. They're dead. They get 14 years. That's it. How is 14 years
Before he
enough?
says she'll be out in 2.
Probably right. How is that okay? How is that okay? What are we doing here? Who does she know that she only gets 14 years and to be out in 2? Maybe she knows somebody. She was answering questions like she knows somebody. She didn't seem to give a shit.
Benny
Fucking
says
pathetic,
this lady
dude.
should never see the light of day.
I totally agree. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Jay Will says that's a Gen Zer.
Is that what that is?
B40 Gen Z are the same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
very, very
it's just
disgusting.
I had to play it because
why do you do this
it's
to me?
disgusting.
You make me not want to leave the house. I get so fucking depressed when I see shit like this.
All right, I want to thank the band that sings the theme song for Monte and Pharaoh and Jimmy Pharaoh, along with his partner Bart Griggs, make up the band Wisteria Hall.
Bart, man!
By the way, Bart Griggs will be here tomorrow. So we've got the wrestlers we announced. Eric Sims, the agent, will be there. The agent for Manny Fernandez and Tommy Rich will be here.
Mm-hmm.
ESO is coming to visit us, which will be fantastic.
Yep.
Some fans will be coming to visit to meet their mentors or their favorite superstars.
Nice.
This is going to be one
big
hell
day.
of a party,
Yeah,
and we're hoping
really
everybody joins us and have a fun. And again, guys, ask your questions during the interview. I will ask those questions.
Mm-hmm.
This is us as a family.
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot to ask to spend your whole day, so try to do your best.
Yeah.
Right? It goes on from 5 to 10, so 5 to 10 of fun. Enjoy and try to catch as much as you can.
I wish I could tune in on Friday night from 5 to 10 and watch us. I could just chill out and watch the show. I would.
You'd have a blast.
Why don't I want to have a show that I can watch instead of being part of it? It's not fair. At least I have Dan and Benny in the ring.
There you go.
There we go.
Keep promoting them.
I am.
They'll be number 7 next week.
Fuck. I fucked up.
There you go. Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as In My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. You could find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page. Hit the like and subscribe. Also download their music on Spotify, Apple Music, and Reverb Nation. In all seriousness, also try to go to Dan and Benny in the Ring. Plays every Wednesday. They usually have some great guests on. I think last week they had... Holy cow, I'm having a brain. Help me out.
I can't help you. I'm
the dude
already
from Florida.
dead.
The guy you loved from Florida.
From Florida?
The wrestler from Florida. You used to love him. Oh, my God.
You're killing me. What kind of clue is this? I mean, there's a million wrestlers I love from
All right,
Florida.
quickly, Benny, tell me who it was. My mind is, it's late at night, and I'm an idiot.
Bugsy McGraw.
Thank you, Bugsy McGraw.
I knew I would get it.
I knew you
Bugsy
loved
McGraw.
Bugsy. When
Bugsy
I saw they were
McGraw,
having
I
Bugsy,
love
it's the
Bugsy.
first thing I thought about was you.
I want Bugsy up. We don't do follow-ups.
We don't do follow-ups.
God damn it! I wanted Bugsy.
Told you that.
That's annoying. All right, Bugsy in 6 months.
Mitch Seinfeld says Eric Sims has some old underwear that have a few small holes for sale. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God.
But Bugsy was fantastic. Catch that
I
interview.
love Bugsy. Awesome.
If you didn't know it, you are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Catch us on Monte Pharaoh, the YouTube page, Monte Pharaoh Facebook Live page. Hear us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, the Monte Pharaoh Twitch TV channel. And if you're lucky enough to live in New York, channel 115 every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. and every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and channel 20 Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Also, we are the one and only show broadcast on Intuitive, IN2ITIVE, has documentaries, it's got movies, and it's got Monte Pharaoh, so you can catch us there weekly. Guys, that app is free. I mean, you got nothing to lose there. Download it and catch some movies. It's like, I don't call it poor man's Netflix, but how about an up-and-coming Netflix?
Crackle?
Crackle?
You don't even know what that is?
I have no idea.
Hey, Spidey, you ever hear of Crackle, or am I just like, sound...
know Crackle.
Thank you. It's another, like a Netflix.
What does Crackle have on it?
Some good shit.
I don't know.
Not bad. It's free. Sanford and Son reruns.
Commercials,
Hey,
though,
man.
right?
Of course.
So it's Intuitive. So
Yeah,
look,
a little bit, yeah.
download us for free, guys.
Yeah.
All right? We'll be right back with what we are calling on this special show.
What are we calling this?
Monte Pharaoh present Do Not Cry Because It's Over. Smile Because It Happened.
And it's happening right after this.
Sir,
Ah.
Manscaped,
Uh-huh.
have you tried the new equipment that's been sent?
I'm afraid because it says Weed Whacker. I'm scared.
Maven, Manscaped, what are you thinking about
Love it.
Manscaped, dude?
Love it.
What do you use it for?
Necessity. What don't I use it for? Put it this way. The only hair I have on my entire body is these eyebrows.
Yeah.
That you see. These caterpillars racing to the middle of my nose. That's it.
That is it.
That's all I have. And that's all I want.
That's the
So
big-
Manscaped is a must.
We were talking before the show. There's nothing worse than just hair.
Yeah.
Right? Hair on a woman, hair on a man. It's just bad.
Absolutely. And it's the one thing that the older I get, it starts growing more in unwanted areas.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Just going to go out there.
Oh, boy.
Go for it.
You're doing a deed.
Yes.
Again, I don't want you to have to admit this because we, as men, we try not to admit this. But if you're going to go
I
do
know
the deed
where-
on a woman,
I know
would
where
you
he's
rather
going.
have her be hairless or a little hair, racing stripe, or
Racing stripe.
full retro bush?
Racing stripe.
Retro Bush is out.
Yes, thank you.
Retro Bush is out.
Yeah.
I don't mind a small, well-manicured landing strip. Every now and then, if it's completely, and I'm talking like baby's ass bald, then I start. Where is that pedophilia line? I don't want to wander into that.
That's
thought
very
of it like
interesting.
that.
I never thought about that. You're a smart dude. Holy shit.
So if the landing strip is clean enough for the plane to go in smoothly, you're cool with that?
If the landing strip has, like I said, well manicured,
Yeah,
you can see both sides. It's not
Like blinking lights on both sides of that
I
landing?
just don't want I don't want the shrubbery going off into unwanted areas on that as well.
Gotcha. Oh, look what you found. Ooh.
I got to be all honest though. Hey, the older I get though, I don't think I can be as
I found it!
Have you ever gone down there and she slowly brings down the underwear? Then
What is it?
retro? Just,
Absolutely.
You're like, whoa!
Wow,
Yeah, I'm
like it
46, of
pops
course.
out?
Do you walk out or what do you do?
No, I muster through. I muster up the courage to get
He's
through.
a trooper. He's a trooper. Got to give him an A.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
There you go.
I hear you. Listen, I couldn't
Super
say.
Bush.
I couldn't say it. Well, if you have the same beliefs as Maven does, Manscaped could help you.
Absolutely.
The weed whacker.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I may have to, go in a room, close the door, and hang out with the weed whacker for a little while.
Yeah, I think you're a retro guy, aren't you?
I like 70s adult films, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
But with that,
Ron
we're going to take a
Jeremy,
quick
Batman.
commercial break, and we'll be
Anyway.
back with this wrestling icon, Maven.
We will see you in a drop kick second.
Drop kick. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler.
I got to cut you off for a second. Sleepy Guy just called me and told me that Eric Sims tried to call him to book him, and he hung up on him.
And he hung up
He
on
hung up on him. Then he fell asleep.
Sleepy Guy's famous.
Sleepy Guy's too smart to...
Dude, we'll be wearing our Sleepy Guy shirt tomorrow.
They're in? You're going to bring them in?
We're going to bring him in.
Oh, wow.
You get to
Very
wear
cool.
Sleepy Guy shirt.
That's pretty cool. He looks like Negan anyway, so I'm happy.
You like Sleepy Guy.
Yeah. Well, I
All right, dude, a little wrestling, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go over the...
That's mighty big of us to do a little wrestling.
Why not? Why not? The wrestling show that doesn't do anything about wrestling.
Wrestling? The fuck out of
What are you talking
here.
about? Let's tune into Monte to Pharaoh where they won't talk about wrestling.
Hit it, baby.
All right,
What do you got?
round one.
The draft.
Tell me if you like it or not, or you think it was a mistake.
Sure.
And not that anyone really drafted anything, but let's
I think it's a mistake for any nerd to sit here and analyze it, so let's just talk about it instead.
all right, there you go. Round
Go
one.
ahead.
Raw picked Rhea Ripley, number one.
It's good for Raw. I'm actually surprised that she's being sent over to Raw. Because SmackDown, is it just me or SmackDown likes to keep the sexy, the bigger, more, the ratings, they want to keep I'm surprised she's going to Raw.
They had to keep her with Judgment Day, right?
That's true.
Here's what I don't
I'm
like,
still
and I never
surprised.
agreed with. They did this last year where Becky and Charlotte swapped belts, right?
Right.
I really think if you're a champion, you can't be drafted to the other brand.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Already WWE's got to be smart enough to already say, look, you're the champion of this brand.
Right.
Yeah, I hate
But that's
that.
not what they're doing,
I
right?
know, I don't
They're
like
gonna
it.
go, okay, you take this belt, you take this belt. That's what
This shocked me.
the hell? Yeah.
Round one, United States champion Austin Theory on his way to SmackDown. That shocked me.
I think that's because they want to get him even more exposure, higher ratings on SmackDown. They do want to push him to eventually be the guy.
Right.
They do.
I agree.
I mean, he's Roman Reigns' replacement.
Who would have thought SmackDown would
If there
be
is
the
such a
show?
thing.
Who would have ever thought that?
The moment they got the Fox, you and I both thought that. Didn't we?
That's true.
I mean, the moment they got the Fox, we were like, okay, this is going to take over and become number one. And it did.
Seth Rollins, Raw.
Good.
Gotta keep him on Raw.
Happy with it, yeah, because Raw's got to have some gold guys, man. He's gold.
Charlotte Flair, SmackDown.
Makes sense.
And Bianca Belair's on her way there, so here you go, right?
Here you
this
go.
is what everybody
we
was
finally
looking for
get that.
anyway.
Right.
Brock Lesnar announces a free agent. Thoughts on
I
that?
find that hilarious that Brock Lesnar's like, nope, fuck that. Nobody's drafted me. Okay, Brock, whatever you say. That's great.
But in
Fine.
the make believe that it's real realm, you could believe that Brock would be like, no one's telling me what to do.
Whoa, slow down. Make believe that it's real? What are you talking about? You always confuse me when you do that, but continue.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens drafted to Raw.
Okay.
That doesn't
Little
make
surprised.
doesn't make sense to me though.
Little surprised by that.
But they're
Actually,
undisputed,
you know-
so they shouldn't be drafted to anywhere.
Right.
They have to defend both
Right,
belts.
right.
Like that made no sense.
You
to
don't
me.
think this is Vince going, all right, these guys have gotten too over lately. Time to tone it down.
I don't. Whoever made this decision,
I don't
It
agree.
doesn't make
Right.
sense. If you're
Right.
the undisputed champion, you have to travel to both.
I would think
areas.
so. Yeah, it's a confusing one.
SmackDown, Usos.
Of course.
I was a little concerned they might not go that route. I'm like, they can't break up the
They,
bloodline. That would be
no,
a mess.
don't you dare. Yeah, that's fine.
Judgment Day voted
Good.
to Raw.
Good.
Right? Makes sense with Rhea being
Hey,
there.
how much do you love Judgment Day now? They've gotten.
I say this.
Haven't they gotten
We've
there?
said this quite a few times
They're
on
pretty cool.
both shows.
Yeah,
That when they first came out,
they were failing.
they were failing.
They were.
And this is where sometimes you've got to let things breathe a while.
And that's
like I'm trying not to make judges anymore because I've always made those mistakes. I
Right.
remember making it with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Did you
Oh yeah,
get out?
Yeah.
Really?
when he was the ringmaster.
Oh well, anybody. That's not making a mistake. That's the ringmaster.
No, but
You're not
to
making a
be
mistake.
honest with you, at
The
no
ringmaster
point
was
did I
nothing
think
compared to what
that
he became.
him shaving his head was going to change anything.
Him shaving his head was just a physical change. His attitude and demeanor morphing into it matched with the shaving of the head.
Right.
So just because you
But-
shave your head don't mean shit.
Lifelong wrestling fans.
Right.
We saw Stunning Steve Austin, WCCW.
Yes, we did. Yes,
you
we
saw
did.
him in WCW.
Right.
And then he transitions to WWE.
Right.
Again, they always show that ECW clip where he got to be his real self. I was never impressed by that. Like, I thought it was like, whatever.
And this is why Hulk Hogan is still the greatest of all time. Because when Hulk Hogan first came up, we were like, whoa.
Right.
Fucking Hulk Hogan.
That's right.
Okay?
That's
when
right.
Austin first came up, hi. How you doing?
It's a great point.
When The Rock came up, oh, stupid. He looked like
Right.
the Usos in the beginning, and the Usos also looked like shit in the beginning, too. How
And
did
when
they
The
look now?
Undertaker came up. No, seriously, though.
Mean Mark
No, well, yeah, but wait a minute.
The original Undertaker was awesome. No,
Right,
second
original Undertaker.
It's fucking great.
But I will say this: me and
got
Mark
greater, but he
Callis,
was
when he
always
was
great.
in the Skyscrapers, when I first saw him, I was
Right.
like, "This guy's a
Yeah,
badass."
a big guy, yes.
I wasn't
But
like, this guy's
you weren't
the
going,
greatest.
this guy's the future
No,
of the business.
No, not at all.
But Undertaker was great right from the moment we saw
Agreed.
Undertaker.
Agreed.
Great right from his first time.
But this is an example. Sometimes you got to let things breathe.
Of course, you got to let things breathe, and that's why WWE deserves credit for.
And
letting
then
that
sometimes you have to allow the people that know the business run the business.
Right.
Because Vince,
Right.
as many times as he may be wrong,
Right.
he's right. Again,
Yeah.
remember we talked last week about Russo,
he knows.
talking how Vince never created anything.
Oh, shut up.
It's like, shut up,
He's
dude.
such a bitter bird. Be quiet.
And by the way, Val
bro.
will be in here, and I got a few questions about Russo to Val. I want to
Okay.
see what Val's got to say about Vince Russo.
Interesting. Okay.
He might like him for all I know.
Hello, bro.
Yeah,
Sounds kind of stupid.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez going to Raw with the women's tag team champion. Again, that's the only tag team belt, right? So why are you in another, like in a division, like in a brand? It doesn't make sense.
When are they gonna let Rodriguez just be Rodriguez?
Dude, to me, she's not intimidating.
Raquel, because that's just the way they're doing this. Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley, to me, would be like, oh my God, let me see that.
Right.
They just booking her like sliced bread. It's just, I don't know. It's just blah.
Jay Will says
Just
Undertaker was Red River Jack in WCCW.
Right, he wasn't
job
squat.
Bruiser Brody.
Right,
No, that's true.
No, he wasn't squat. As soon as the Undertaker debuted, though, the Undertaker.
Hey, Jay Will says, remember Hogan is Sterling Golden in WCW. I don't think that was WCW, though. That was Mid-South, right? When he was Sterling
Hogan
Golden.
was great from the first time I laid eyes on him. That's all I know. That's what I remember. You know, I remember 1979, 1980 with Fred Blassie. I mean, holy shit, Hulk Hogan was awesome. Awesome.
Jason Morning says Hogan came a long way from the time he was Super Destroyer. He was never Super Destroyer.
Remember when he was the executioner? He
What
wrestled
is
Tito
wrong?
Santana at
Oh,
WrestleMania?
my God.
I don't know, man. Super Destroyer. That's pretty creative, though. Give him that. Oscar's on SmackDown? Okay. That's okay. Right? Who cares either way? Does it matter where Oscar goes?
Yeah? No, it doesn't
I mean,
matter.
she's fine.
Phil says Saturday night's main event was must see TV. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, name who's got put in there, Jimmy.
Oh, we got Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Them we can call the New Day. They're on Raw. How you feel about them apples?
I don't know.
I guess they need to be on Raw. Raw needs some sexy names. The New Day is fine, I guess. SmackDown's got Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge Holland, the Brawling Brutes. Are you tired of that yet? By any chance? Are they still cool?
That's cool.
Yeah, they're still cool.
Again, not must-see wrestling.
No.
Right? Just
not
filler.
at all. Right, filler. Agreed. Here's a good one. Round 4. Raw selects Trish Stratus.
This actually made me happy because
I'm
this
surprised.
means Trish is hanging around
That's
for a while.
what surprised me. I'm very into that. Trish is great.
She is.
Listen, man, Trish is great.
By the way, did
just
you?
great.
So, Game 7, from what I understand, she took pictures with the Stanley Cup in the arena.
Game 7.
They won the Leafs won in 7, right? Or was it 6? Game 6, right?
Okay. Oh,
Regardless,
you're talking about
she took a picture
John
of the Stanley Cup.
Tavares and the winning
Outside
right,
in the
right,
arena
right.
when they won.
Yeah.
They were all cheering, "Thank you, Trish."
Yeah.
How crazy is
Because
that?
she doesn't have Pharaoh's juju.
Well,
Now, if you had brought me to the Garden, the Rangers would still be going. But I'm not in the building. I have to be in the building.
man, he just keeps trying, bro.
I don't need
It's
to try.
hard.
Those are
It's
just
hard.
facts. Those are facts.
There was-
if I'm in the building.
There was a day
You did
not
good,
too
though.
long, not
You
too
did-
long
But
ago.
you didn't go to Jersey the next day.
I told you I can only.
I begged you to go to Jersey.
I can only use my powers for good for a very
Oh,
short
your powers
time.
only work in New York. If you go over the
No,
bridge,
it's a
just
short,
like,
very short time. SmackDown, Charlotte and Karrion Kross.
I'm indifferent on this because does this mean that Carrion's going to go after Roman? What is Carrion doing? Remember when he came back, tick-tock, with the whole Roman
By the
thing?
way, he's losing matches to
He
everybody
hasn't
now.
done shit.
He's losing matches to everybody.
They book him very badly. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it.
Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. To Raw.
Okay. It's just there. Raw's needs some names, so that's fine.
LA Knight stays in SmackDown.
Of course he does, because he's the most... I can't stand much more of this.
You're like all the other
I
fans.
can't stand much more of this. You've got to start doing something with this guy. This guy is fucking great. Don't you think he is? Come on, he oozes
pretty good.
of it.
It's
He
pretty good.
oozes of it.
He's got a great build, good look.
God, you got to stop. You got to stop. I want him to get some titles.
Another example of
I
not
love
wondering
him.
why someone's special. Remember, I used to watch when he was in NWA Power.
I love him.
But I was like this.
I love him. I love him.
But yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
I loved him as Eli Drake in Impact.
Braun Strowman, Ricochet,
I don't care. I've already gotten bored with this.
Shotzi, SmackDown.
I could care less.
Shotzi's got to go.
She does nothing.
But she's also makes like some of the biggest mistakes in the ring. It's
no,
like
not into
at
it
some
at all.
point where you're going to go with that.
You with that stupid tank.
Bronson Reed, will this guy get over?
No,
They're trying.
No, he won't. I don't think he will. He's just not colorful enough.
Pretty
Just-
deadly to SmackDown. What'd you think of that?
Those guys. Keep your eye on them. Keep your eye on Pretty Deadly, man. Remember I said it. Keep your eye on them. They've got it. They are it.
Otis and Chad go back to Raw.
Could care less.
Now, I thought Otis is going into the Maximum Male Models. What's going on with that?
Otis and Chad are just filler, like you said, and seriously just taking up space.
Rick Boogs, SmackDown.
I like Rick Boogs, but I liked Rick Boogs when he was playing guitar for Shinsuke. In general, whatever.
Katana Chance and Kata Carter.
Oh, yeah, goosebumps.
Cameron Grimes getting a little rub.
Cool.
SmackDown.
Cool. I wish him luck. I like Cameron Grimes. He's good.
You know, how about Grayson Waller? Sorry.
Yes, very good. Grayson Waller's awesome. Keep your eye on Grayson Waller.
Free agent still. Baron Corbin, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander,
Elias. Dude, your boy Elias. The guy who used to go, he looks like Macho Man.
It's over, man.
Now he looks like Nacho Man. It's
over.
bad, dude. What happened to Elias? Why would you stop that gimmick, by the way? He was so over with the guitar and singing to everybody.
I actually think whoever came up with the whole brother thing wasn't a bad gimmick. It was pretty good. They kind of went too fast with that.
It was the beginning of the end for him.
I understand.
Because they were saying that you needed more than one character to put him over. That's a shame.
Are you upset that Cody Rhodes got drafted to Raw
Not at
away
all.
from Roman?
Nope, not at all. This just makes people thirst for the eventual. They'll fight again.
You're going to hate me for saying this.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
He's still going to lose.
But The Rock is still in the wings.
Of course he is. Of course he
wings.
is. There's a big cash register out there they're waiting on.
So, like, that whole thing can blow up
Right.
at any, like, if
Right.
that happens.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if they decide to pull the trigger, Cody beats him, and just on a whim, the next day The Rock picks up the phone. I'm ready.
They take
The
the
belt right off of Cody immediately. Like, what the fuck? A roll up by Roman. Paul Heyman's holding his hands on the
No,
rope.
they just come out with the whoever the GM is or whatever. Adam Pearce.
Cody Rhodes cheated
Adam
and
Pearce.
has been stripped of the title.
Cody Rhodes has failed his drug test. In turn, Roman Reigns.
Cody's in the back drinking milk. He's like, what?
Cody Rhodes is
Oh my God!
accused of a DUI, and he doesn't care what happened to the people he ran into.
Forget Monday. What am I doing Tuesday? Cody! Fucking unbelievable. Why are we joking
Oh
about
my
that?
God, we
You're
shouldn't.
horrible.
We
That's
shouldn't be. That is
fucking
bad.
horrible. That bitch should be French fried. Fucking French
Bianca
fried.
Belair goes to SmackDown. Becky Lynch to Raw. Let me look at something. How about Gunther going to Raw? That
Cool.
surprised me.
That's cool. They're keeping Gunther away from Roman Reigns too. They are.
That's a mistake.
No, it's not, because
Why?
Gunther should not be losing to nobody right now.
So you just don't want Gunther
Just
wrestling.
keep him away.
Okay.
Let Gunther keep ruining
Fair
everybody
enough.
else.
Edge
Smart.
SmackDown. Matt Riddle Raw.
Matt
Bobby
Riddle
Lashley
Raw?
SmackDown.
Wait a minute. I just saw Matt Riddle at the rehab center. What are you talking about?
That's Raw.
Oh,
Your boy Shinsuke going to Raw. The NXT Tag Team Champions, Alba Fry and Isaiah Dawn. Isla Dawn, I don't know.
okay, whatever. What about Bobby Lashley going to SmackDown? What's his deal going to be?
It's a good move.
By the way, all these names, right? I just want to make sure. All these names. I'm sorry. Do you see Bray Wyatt anywhere on this?
Nope. Good. You know what, dude? I did not even realize. Pretty smart. I did not even think of
Where
that.
the fuck is Bray? Another meltdown?
I think so.
Who's he going to blame this time?
It doesn't look. It wasn't.
Who's he going to blame this
It
time?
wasn't working. It wasn't working.
Who's he going to blame?
And you know,
Started out cool. Never got in the ring. He never got in the ring.
I wanted him to stay because I
wrestled.
wanted him to stay away from AEW.
never
Now
wrestled,
go to AEW.
bro.
He's not a good wrestler, man.
He's fine at wrestling. He just never. He's serviceable. Okay, can I leave it at that?
It's all right.
He's serviceable. He never wrestled. What was the point of all of this? What was this?
Right.
They did nothing with him.
How about this one? Shocked me.
What a waste.
NXT champion Indy Hartwell going to Raw.
Okay,
But here's the problem. Like
She's
Indy
pretty
Hartwell's,
entertaining.
she's not. She's a great entertainer.
Can't
She
wrestle.
is a really bad
yeah,
wrestler.
can't wrestle.
Like, look, I'm not into the wrestling portion of it so much, but I will tell you, you got to be serviceable.
Rank
you
Britt
can't
Baker in the ring. Compared to Charlotte. Compared to Tessa.
Britt Baker's above average.
Compared to EST.
Not even close. Can't wrestle.
Compared to
with her.
Paige. Don't say it. She's not Paige.
She's not. No, I was just thinking with the new Paige, I don't see the new Paige wrestling anymore. She's not doing anything at AEW.
Nah, well, that's smart.
But compared to the wrestlers in the WWE,
Nah, man.
no, Britt Baker can't.
No,
can't
it's not as
can't
good
last.
as them. No way. There you go.
But Indy Hartwell is going to get embarrassed. Like Shotzi is getting embarrassed.
Shotzi stinks. But at least Indy Hartwell's entertaining. Shotzi's just boring. Ugh.
Can't believe Top Dollar's still around and they're keeping him on the SmackDown. Free agents almost. I'm okay with that.
Top Dollar
Mustafa
sucks.
Ali, Von Wagner, and
Mustafa
Dolph
Ali.
Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler? Dolph Ziggler's still with the company? I never know with Dolph Ziggler.
All right.
Von Wagner, free agent.
So this kind of lead
He
it
ain't
into
doing
something else I wanted to talk to you about, right?
Yeah.
So we always talk about greatest wrestlers, this, that, and everything else, right? Who is a needle mover? And what I mean about needle mover, I mean that they're going to be at a card. You have to go. They're at a signing. You have to go.
I'm not the best guy to answer.
Are they the biggest? And are they the big draw? Okay, just put it this way: are they the big draw? I don't care if you
My
think
personal feelings or what they did historically?
I need your personal feelings and historically.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to name some wrestlers. I want you to be exactly how you feel, but were they a big draw?
Okay.
I'll open up with Ric Flair.
I believe Ric Flair over his career had plenty of times where he was a big draw. Would I have run to go see Ric Flair wrestle? Maybe in his prime, but we were never in that position because WCW very rarely, if almost never came here anyway.
I will say this. Ric Flair was the perfect NWA champion for that model.
He was.
Right? The model of the traveling bad guy who takes on your favorite wrestler in your area.
Ric Flair was fucking great.
I'm a WCCW guy in Texas, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm a huge Kerry Von Erich fan.
And Rick's coming in.
Oh,
you're going.
You want it, but my point is it
going.
Rick? Is it the belt, or is it that the belt and Rick are defending against your favorite person who you want to see?
Well, here's the ultimate compliment to Rick as a champion. The belt and the person were one.
Okay. So we're going to say Flair was a major draw.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Good enough. Ricky Steamboat.
Definitely a draw. Major draw? That's debatable. I would never run to go see Ricky Steamboat, but I'm not a marker or for Ricky. Do I think Ricky Steamboat was one of the great all-time wrestlers? Yes, I do.
That put aside, we got to shelf
Of course
that,
he
right?
was.
Ricky Steamboat, in my opinion, was not a major draw. He was a perfect complement.
Not on the
to
level
guy.
of Ric Flair. Fuck no.
He was a perfect complement to some of the major players in the business.
He sure was. I do consider him main event material, though.
Main event? We're not talking. We're talking draw.
Right.
Main event.
I understand
look,
where you're
Madison
going with
Square
this.
Garden. The main event
I understand where you're going
Ricky
with this.
Steamboat against Ric Flair. Where we've said this a million times. All the wrestling fans say the greatest wrestler matches ever.
And when
Bullshit.
it sold out the Garden.
Dude, they didn't even sell out 3,000 people.
I know. It's messed up. It's messed up.
I will argue that to the days come home. I'm
That's
sorry.
the truth. It's the truth.
That means in Chicago, where AEW at least gets 8,000 people, think about this. Chicago.
Right.
5,000 people?
It's bad, man. Chicago's like New York.
That's
There's
it.
2 million
That's
people.
really bad.
Yeah.
So you can see how great it was, but
Right.
it wasn't that great.
Yeah. So in summary, Ricky Steamboat might have been a main event type guy, but he certainly wasn't like,
It's
driving
a million main
masses
event
to
type
go.
guys.
Right.
But
Yeah. Here comes another one.
Superstar Billy Graham.
Main event type guy. That's rough. No, not like Ric Flair. No. And his main event draw was isolated to the East Coast.
Right, which is a problem.
It's a problem.
And once he left the East Coast, think about it. Like, he was in Florida,
jack.
Georgia. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do jack.
Nothing happened.
Didn't do jack.
The whole Superstar Billy
Nope.
Graham thing fell on its face.
1977, Madison Square Garden, Superstar Graham, over. Everything else, not so much.
So this will go back to when everybody talks about how Vince Sr. dropped the ball and could have ran with Graham for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
No way.
He
Right.
knew
No way.
Graham was not a sustainable champion.
Yep,
Number one, his
absolutely.
attitude. Number two, if the guy couldn't draw in Florida after he leaves the WWF,
Right.
and he can't draw in Florida and can't draw in Georgia,
Right.
come on, man.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, let's not forget, Superstar Billy Graham had it, right? Right? Like,
Yeah, he did.
He had it. Like, whoa, but not that.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Rhodes.
Main event. People did get in their cars and flock to go see Dusty Rhodes. I'm not bending on this one.
I
Dusty
I
Rhodes.
agree with you 100%.
So far, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, and that makes perfect sense. Are you serious?
Mitch says disagree. I don't know which one he disagrees with.
Tell us,
Either
Mitch.
Dusty, is you disagree with Dusty Rhodes, or you disagree on Superstar
He's probably
Billy
talking
Graham?
about Superstar Billy Graham.
I think he's saying that Dusty Rhodes wasn't a major draw.
Dusty Rhodes was totally a major draw.
All right. I'm serious about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Marty Jannetty. And, I thought I'd bring it up since he's in the studio.
Yeah.
Was he a major draw? Now, again, I'm not saying Marty Jannetty as the singles wrestler. Maybe Marty Jannetty as a rocker.
No, not on the level of Ric Flair or Dusty Rhodes.
Fair enough.
No. Not even Superstar Graham or Ricky Steamboat. No.
I mean, honestly, that's a softball.
Yeah, it was.
Mitch Seinfeld, Superstar Graham, he disagrees.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's fine. But keep in mind, Mitch, once again, 1977, New York. Yes, that was dude, I get it. The guy was absolutely
Red hot.
a super stud. But look at the body of work everywhere else. No. Ric Flair did this for decades. Superstar Billy Graham did not do this for decades. He
All right,
didn't.
next up, Val Venus. Again, in studio, just bringing it up.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
even though I always dug the character.
Got to give you some softballs.
Always dug the character, but no.
All right, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, stop. This is the biggest softball of all.
This is the greatest draw
This
of
is
all.
it's the greatest draw of all time.
End of story.
I heard he's a nice guy, too.
He is a very nice guy.
Dick.
Really good guy.
I hate you. Yeah. Everything about him. He's
Softball.
Yeah. Oh, it's over the fence.
Triple H.
Oh. No. Nope.
ESO says the Midnight Rockers drew in the AWA.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they did. The Rockers were a draw, but they were very quick.
Mitch says, remember, you can only do what they let you do.
Okay, so then
Benny
let's just
says,
forget the whole
Mitch
list.
Seinfeld, I agree, and I think they should have turned him and let him carry the belt a bit longer.
That would have been interesting.
Again, I'm going to say this. I agree with Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He did not translate anywhere
No.
but up here.
He
Now,
didn't.
is this the big time up here? Yes.
Right.
But again...
But there was other big-time places back in those days.
Exactly. And you would think that if the WWF champion, former champion, came to your area, boy, you were going to flock to see him.
Right.
And he was an afterthought.
Right.
Because guess what? Not only did he not translate with his character, his gimmick didn't work down there. His style, his promos, that whole...
Oh, and by the way, you know who was able to go and defend his belt everywhere and it was always filled up? Believe it or not, Bob fucking Backlund.
That's right.
Didn't matter where he went.
Right.
He always wrestled in front of a huge crowd.
But I wouldn't say he's a
Interesting.
traitor. Jason
But,
Morning
no, I
says
agree.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, that's a main event. Yeah, that's a guy who got people to jump in
Jason,
the car.
that's a good point.
That
I'm
is.
going to go with that.
Hey, while we're at it, Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Yeah. Yeah.
No doubt.
Dummy. Yeah.
All right, so on Triple H, you said no, right?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I agree.
I agree. Listen, man, you know what? Triple H might have been the MVP of the Attitude Era, but it was The Rock and Stone Cold.
This is the toughest
You know,
one of them
getting it.
all.
Yeah.
This is a very tough one. I want you to think about it.
Yeah.
Undertaker.
Yes. I don't even have to think about it. Main event draw, absolute massive. You know how I
Running
know,
to go get his
you,
autograph.
You know how he's the Undertaker. Yeah. Yeah. He's the Undertaker. You know how I knew that the Undertaker, he's going to sound silly, but how I knew that the Undertaker was great, just like an affirmation. got Bart into wrestling maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago.
Right.
Showed him so many different matches, so many classics. This dude, that dude, check out this guy, check out that guy. At the end of the day, Undertaker. I was like, really? I was like, I showed you all these awesome matches. He's like, nope, man, it's the Undertaker.
Lou
Something
says
about him.
Warrior greater than Goldberg.
Interesting parallel. I like the debate. They're both in a similar rocket starship through the heavens.
There's some really good comments here. Hold on.
Yeah, very good
ESO
comparative.
says Jake the Snake? Question mark. No. No
yeah,
fucking
I'm
way.
going to go with no.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to go with no.
Again, great wrestler,
Absolutely,
superstar, but
totally
not
over.
the main guy.
Yeah, no.
Wait a minute. I just saw something.
Undertaker,
Lou says
yes.
Warrior outdrew Hogan in '89. Okay, that's fair.
Congratulations for 1989.
That's
What
it.
What did Gene Simmons say to Peter Criss? Oh, you wrote Beth. Congratulations. What about your other 99 at bats?
Right. Well, you're right.
You know, and he was right.
Listen,
he was totally
Warrior was hot for that time, but
was.
we're talking
He was
about
great.
biggest
Great.
draws.
Right.
Like if I said Road Warriors.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If I said Demolition.
Not the same as the Road
Nope,
Warriors, but
but-
I'm still running to go see them.
We would, but in
But they're
general,
not the Road
they're
Warriors.
fillers,
I agree.
right?
Well, I'm not agreeing to fillers, but they're not the Road
If
Warriors.
I said Midnight Express,
no, Rock and Roll Express,
no.
Again, isolated area, isolated territory, worldwide. No,
Kerry Von Erich,
no,
no. Mr. Perfect,
Oh, that hurts. No,
because talk about
Greg Valentine,
no.
Don Morocco.
What if I said the greatest tag team in the
I hate
world
this
by
list.
titles?
Yeah,
The Dudley Boys.
no.
No way.
No.
All right, last Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
You answered the question right there. So for all, look, I know we're very pro Roman Reigns here. But
Wait,
that
wait.
answers.
Have you seen my script? It's like my belt.
There you go.
Either ones.
Roman
Dude, he's fucking
Reigns
great.
is money.
He is. Cha fucking Cheng.
That's it.
That's it. He's the man. And I hope that he goes for years.
Mitch
Now that he got
Seinfeld
past
said
Cody, just hold
Jimmy
it forever.
Snuka. So again, no, I'm going to say this. Great for 2
Right,
years or a
right.
year
Yeah,
here
you
in the WWE.
can't-
Big draw.
can't hang
I
your
will say
hat
this.
on-
When Jimmy TV,
Yeah.
and I'm sure everybody
I
watching
love Jimmy.
felt the same
Love
way.
Snuka.
You watched wrestling on Saturdays.
We're talking body of work more
Yeah,
so
no,
than
but,
anything
but
here.
you
Not-
watched just to see him do the Superfly.
Oh, it was great.
Right?
Right.
But
no.
not drawing millions of people.
Not for decades. Like some of these guys. Ric Flair was a main event guy for decades.
Here's a great
Dusty
one.
Rhodes
Here's a
was.
great one.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper.
Yes.
I agree.
I am running to go see Roddy Piper.
Absolutely.
Transcending mofo, they live. Absolutely.
RJ Hudson, very good point.
Wait.
Roman Reigns, 2020 to now, yeah.
Insane.
But before, he wasn't a draw. So I will say this. When was the last time I went to a wrestling match? 2019?
Oh, a while
when were we
ago.
in the other studio? 19, 18?
Yeah, who knows?
I will tell you, me
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah, you went to go see
I
Roman.
went to go see Roman.
You know what's
as
funny?
much as everybody hated him. In
Yeah.
fact, I'm very proud. I took 2 pictures during that card.
Right.
I took Sasha Banks with
Right. Mm-hmm.
her beautiful
Right.
buttocks showing.
Oh, Sasha
And I got a
Buttocks.
great pose of Roman on the rope
Right.
doing the finger deal, right?
Let me also hammer home, too, that not only has Roman Reigns been what we're saying he's been for the last 3 years, he was in the greatest faction since the NWO.
That's
before
true.
that, the Shield.
That's
okay?
true.
So let's not downplay what happened to Roman Reigns before this. Roman Reigns was awesome.
B40 says Kevin Nash. No way. Sorry, B40. I love you, man, but Kevin Nash.
Hey, no.
No. Here's an interesting one. And guess what, Jay? Since you brought up Jay Will,
Yeah.
okay, and Benny,
Yeah.
because you guys are saying this,
We got.
they said Tommy Rich and Rock and Roll Express. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to
no.
ask Tommy
I
Rich
love Tommy
tomorrow.
Rich, too, but
I love
no.
Tommy Rich.
No.
Tommy Rich could not make it up here.
I wish he had tried.
If you
He didn't
can't
even
make
want
it
to.
up, but whether you
He
want
didn't
to,
even want to.
listen.
I like Tommy.
Whether
He didn't want
this
to.
has not. Look,
I'm
I understand
being-
what
I
you're
love
saying.
my boy.
I love
Tommy.
it. But guess what? If Vince really would come and calling,
Right.
Tommy Rich would have left
Probably would have
Georgia.
figured out, like, well, goddamn.
So you can tell yourself one thing,
Yeah, I
but the
know.
facts are the other. And we're going to challenge him with that tomorrow.
Right.
Because the question will
Vince
be,
would have
and you'll
made
hear
Tommy
it.
lift weights.
Yeah.
Tommy would have been like, I just want to lift this beer. Leave me alone.
Dude, can I tell you something? A simple thing that Tommy Rich just could have done,
Yeah.
and maybe he did, and you could correct me.
Okay.
Just grow goatee and become a bad guy.
That would have been interesting. Tommy should have flipped out and gone nuts.
Instead,
on
you
him.
in WCW
He just
in
stayed
the
the
that
perfect
thing.
golden boy forever. All right. Well, it worked for him. It worked for him.
RJ Hudson says he thought Evolution was better than the Shield. Wow. Evolution was pretty good.
They were pretty good, but they didn't have the run that the Shield had. They were very good, though. I think that the Shield got them beat.
Jay Will says Tommy would not have drawn in the WWE. No, not at all. Listen, all those guys that came up,
agree.
Wrestling number 2, Spoiler, who I love.
You know what I love about the Shield? It was the fact that all of them came up unknowns. Look at the careers that got
Sure.
launched with those three.
Sure.
The Shield was great.
You know what always impressed me about them, too?
They were great.
They felt they had to hook them up with Punk to try to get them over in the beginning.
Right.
Quickly,
Right.
someone realized they didn't need Punk, and they pulled out of that
Didn't
whole
need
thing
Punk at
right
all.
away.
Well, Vince probably realized that. I bet you this is going to piss off Phil when I yank his idea away from him. I quit. I can see it. I can see it.
Jay Will says Tommy Rich and Buzz Sawyer fill up the Omni at 16,000 people.
Sure
I
they
always
did.
wanted to
Sure
go to the
they
Omni.
did.
Of
I
course.
would have loved to have seen it. Good for a year or two. I think it was 2 years. He said they beat the shit out of each other.
Hold
Okay.
on. No, I guess we're missing the point. The feud filled the Omni.
Right.
Tommy Rich against Ole Anderson wouldn't have filled the Omni.
Right.
Hulk Hogan, Ole Anderson, I don't care,
Hogan.
would have filled Madison Square Garden. Of
course
Ole
he would.
Anderson comes up here and he gets in a feud.
That
I
would have
mean,
been fucking
effing
bad.
Harley Race, who was totally out of shape,
Filled
couldn't
the-
wrestle anymore,
filled the garden with
with
Backlund.
Hogan. With Hogan.
Yeah, right, later. Right.
Right.
And with Backlund, too, back in the day.
RJ Hudson is CM Punk a draw.
Yes. Sorry.
People running to go CM Punk?
These idiots are still running to see him.
I disagree.
Not
I'm
you
gonna,
and me, but...
I'm going to disagree with
No,
you.
I think that Punk was...
He had his time.
I think that Punk was the same way Goldberg was. He was a meteor in the sky. I'm sorry.
John says Terry Funk.
Oh, I wish, but no.
No.
I love Terry Funk. I hate
Again, being
this
a
is
great
painful.
wrestler and being a fan
Ernie
of someone.
Ladd! No. I love Ernie Ladd.
Right.
No. It is what it is. Ugh. It's
Maria
rough.
Davis says,
It's rough.
yes, that's it. Jay Will, Junkyard Dog was a huge draw in the Mid-South. JYD
Yes.
Butcher, yes, he was.
Yes.
And he was a huge draw up here.
But I think
But
they're
again,
missing
people
what
want
we're trying to
yeah.
get at here.
Right.
These are
Were you great draws?
Ric Flair, Junkyard Dog,
Right.
Dusty Rhodes, Junkyard Dog. That's what we're trying to. Hulk Hogan. We're trying to.
That's right. I got it.
I mean, we're not asking for your personal.
Now I agree with
preference.
this.
I mean, I understand your personal
B40 says
preference.
Iron
I've
Mike
got 'em
Sharp.
too.
Iron Mike Sharp.
Oh,
I ran to see Iron Mike
always
Sharp.
wanted to know what
Damn
was in
straight.
his- what was in
you know,
there.
B40, I'm going with Iron Mike Sharp because
Frankie Williams.
I went to Madison Square Garden to see Iron Mike Sharp against Morocco because I wanted to see that match.
Frankie Williams.
So I'm going Iron Mike.
Frankie
Williams.
Williams. He tried.
He's a draw.
He tried really
He tried
hard.
really hard.
Really hard.
He did try
I'm
hard.
there. I am there.
Fuji Salt Packet.
Oh, I was there for the salt packet. That guy gave that salt packet
All right,
gave a killer interview on the show. Did you hear it?
Is Terry Funk in the Hall of Fame? No.
Terry
He is
Funk
not.
should be in the
He should
freaking
be.
Hall of Fame.
Wait, the Funk brothers are in the Hall
Of course they are.
I think they are.
They
yeah.
snuck Dory in too.
They snuck Dory in.
Yeah. Yeah.
How Dory's still alive, I have no clue.
You know what's amazing? Scott Hall spent his whole life calling Dory Bory
Right.
and getting away with it. The Funk should have paid him a visit.
Dude, I filmed SOB Sports yesterday, and
Okay.
PN News wasn't on. It was just Mike Mantor.
Okay.
And, he likes to talk about sports, but somehow we just started talking about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And what he said about Scott Hall, because we went into Kevin Nash on Click This last week, basically said that Mike Mantor was a really nice guy, but boy, did Scott Hall, like Scotty, slap the shit out of him.
Right.
And we got to get out of here anyway. But
Okay. I find that hard to believe.
So my point, I asked Mike, I'm like,
Yeah.
does it make you feel different now about Kevin, or does it make you feel different about Scott?
Yeah.
And he said it doesn't make him feel different about Kevin, but he'll always hate Scott Hall, and not just because of what happened in the ring that night.
Right.
He just talked about Scott Hall just not being a decent human being.
Well,
he said Scott was good to people. Like, I go, how could you hate him so much?
Right.
But he was like Kevin's best friend.
Right.
And he said when Scott wasn't intimidated by you, he was a very friendly guy.
Right.
He was okay. He was a good guy to get along with, I guess. But when he was intimidated by you, he tried to hurt you.
He'd haze the shit out of
But
you.
he went. But the thing is, he got people
We've heard
fired.
this before. Yeah, we've heard this before.
You're ruining people's lives, right?
Right. Yeah, he didn't care. He didn't care. That's obvious. You know, we saw the different sides of Scott. We saw Scott in a great mood, and we saw Scott in a, go F yourself mood.
Benny Scholar says, good comment. Every territory at its top drawer. Very few Hogan, Flair, Dusty
Of
could draw.
course.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking
That's
about.
the
Top
point.
draw.
Thank you.
Road
Thank you,
Warriors.
Benny.
Road Warriors would come up here to New Jersey
hell,
and,
man.
and
They could get 'em out.
would run out there to
He
go see
sure
them, right?
would. But have you seen the price of gas, fucking Reagan?
What do you mean I got to pay for gas to go there?
I don't like this article in Newsday. I'm just going to change this, and I'll change this, and this. Fucking Steve Jacobson.
Before I read it to my wife, who doesn't understand English because I bought her from Korea.
Oh, Evan,
I'll
it's
change
good. It's good.
It's good. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Don't forget, we got Marty Jannetty, Maria Davis, you're on the board. I got to go check who else is on the board. Ask Marty anything. Right after that, we have Val Venus, and then we've
Eugene?
got Eugene, and then Manny Fernandez, and then
Wildfire?
finishing up with Wildfire. And maybe if we're lucky enough, there'll be an appearance by Eric Sims.
What?
Yeah,
Why would we do that?
I don't know.
You saw the mug.
Prediction, will you and Eric shake hands tomorrow?
I don't know, and I don't care. What's the difference?
Can you at least make a prediction?
I predict that Eric will come in
Spidey,
here.
will they shake hands tomorrow?
They will not.
I'm going to go with that. They will not shake hands.
Well, the little tip is I don't care. That might have tipped Spidey off a little bit.
Send us on our way, guys. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Spidey, send us out of here. Say something. Send us out, Spidey.
We'll see you tomorrow. Later.
He did it. Later.